After learning about the geometry managers, now it's time to learn about the widgets. So in this section we will be covering the overview of widgets. After that we will jump onto our first category of widgets, which is display widgets. And these widgets are label and message box. Widgets are the controls that can be added to the application, and user can interact with the functionality of program using these widgets. In this image, everything that you are seeing is a widget. So this is the label widget, which displays the name, and this is the entry widget, which is used to accept the user input. This is the frame widget, which is a container widget, and it is used to contain other widgets. So inside container widget we are using radio buttons. Here is the checkbox, and in the last we have action buttons. So display widgets are those which are used to deliver message or instructions to the user. The message could be dynamic or static. There are two types of display widgets. One is label and another one is message box. So in this image you can see that first name, last name, email ID and password are the label. So label is one of the common widget that is used in every application. It allows to display a text or image on the Tkinter application. Now let's go ahead and see how we can create label widget in Python Tkinter. So this is my VS Code editor, and I have written a basic application where I have imported everything, and then I have created a main window with the name WS, and I have started a main loop. So in order to create a label, you have to type the label keyword, LABEL, followed by the master name, like where you want to place it. In case if you are placing it inside a child window, then you have to mention the name of the child window over here. I am placing it inside my parent window, that is WS. That's why I have written WS over here. Then what text you want to display. In case you want to display an image, then you have to type image. So if you want to add an image, you have to provide the path for that image. For example, I am providing the name of the variable as img equals to photo image, then the name of the file. So you have to provide the complete path for the file. Since in my case it is residing in my folder only, so here is the one map.png. Now I have to mention the name over here, that is img, the variable for the photo. Now if I will run the program, you can see that image has been added on the label. In case you want to resize this image, then there are other options that we will be covering in a further section. But this is how you can display the image on the using the label. Now, if you want to display a text, you don't need to provide image. Just simply run the application. You can see the text is appearing over here. There are a variety of options that you can use with label. So, for example, if I just remove this from here. So if I just create a label, there are a variety of options that you can use with label, like you can provide the active background color, active foreground color, anchor, background, bitmap. We have provided all these information in the PDF document that is attached with this video. Now this is how you can create a label. Geometry manager you can switch as per your preference. We have discussed this in the previous module. So this is the power of label. Our next display widget is message box. So message box is further divided into three types. The message could be an information, a warning or a question. Python Tkinter provides show information module in order to display the information. For warning we have two functions, show warning and show error. For question we have total 5 functions. First is ask question, ask OK cancel, ask retry cancel, ask yes no, and ask yes no cancel. So we will see all of these in detail. So our first section is message box.showInfo. So message box.showInfo displays a message, like you can see in this image. There is an eye icon over here and the message that you want to print. So the syntax for this displaying message is, so in order to use the message box module, first of all you have to import it. So we have to write from Tkinter import message box. Although I have used asterisk over here, but still I have to type the message box over here. Now in order to create a message box, I need to type message box dot show info, and then what is the title of the window. So in this case The information that you are seeing next to the feather is the title. So let's say I will give information, and then what message that you want to display. So this is the message, please turn on the Bluetooth. So you can type any message. For example, in my case, I can write message equals to hello there. Now once we done that, we need to run the program. You can see that hello there is appearing on the screen. You can bind this pop-up with the button. So for example, I will type button WS, text will be click here, and then command will be, you can write any command name, and then I will create a same function over here. And I will put and then I will put the message inside it. Let's make it in one line. And then you can put it like this inside it. Now if I will run the program, oh, I'm sorry, I have not packed the button. So I need to use some geometry manager in order to see the button. So now I can see the button. If I will click on the button, you can see the prompt is appearing. This is the information prompt. Our next message box is show warning. So show warning is basically used when user is about to make any mistake. Like he has not made any mistake, but he is about to make any mistake, or in case if you want to display a warning. So here you can see that there is a yellow colored exclamation sign. So this is a predefined template. So you can simply, instead of show info, if I will type show warning, and information I can change to warning. Let's say warn, and message will be please follow the rules. Now if I will just go ahead and run the application, you can see it is showing please follow the rules. So here like even in the previous section, I have created one application which is related to a Uber self-driving bike. Here when user is trying to start a bike, the information is being displayed that he or she need to turn on the Bluetooth of his mobile phone. Similarly, in the warning section, when user is about to end the ride and he is not in the parking zone, then it is showing that the Uber needs to be parked in a parking zone only. Next message box is, so in the previous case, user was about to make a mistake, but he has not made a mistake. But here he has made a mistake. So let's go ahead and see it. So I need to change from show warning to show error. Title and the message. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake over here. Let's say wrong, you did something wrong or something like that. So when I will click on it, you can see that a red cross mark is there and wrong message is displayed and title is error. Our next message box is ask question. So in case if you want to ask some question from the user, then you can just use this message box. So in this message box, you can see that there are two buttons being displayed, yes and no. So if user will click on yes, then it will return yes, and if user will click on no button, then no will be returned. So in this application, you can see that it's a Uber chat application where user is interacting with the support team, and the moment he will click on the end chat button, he is prompted with the question whether he wants to end this chat or not. So if he will click on yes, a particular activity will happen. Otherwise, if he will click on no, then some other activity will happen. So let's go ahead and see how we can do that. So here we have to write ask question, and I can just remove all of this for now. So title will be ask question, and then the message that will be displayed is, do you want to quit? Now since we have a button over here, so what we can do, we can store this the result of this inside a variable with the name res result. So if I'll just go ahead and print result over here, so let's see what will be the output. The moment I will click on this button, I will see a prompt, and then the moment I will click on yes, you can see it is returning yes. Now let's run the program once again. Now I will click on no, so it is returning no. So using this yes and no information, we can proceed with our further operation. So using if and else, I can just target the result. So if res equals to yes, then whatever activity that I want to perform, I can do that. So if it is yes, then the screen should be destroyed. Let's say ws.destroy. Okay, it will be equals to, else nothing should happen. I will just type pass. So I will click on the application, I'll click on no, nothing will happen. I'll click on again, and then I'll click on yes. So you can see that application has been closed. So this is what you can do using yes and no. Our next message box is ask OK cancel. So this is similar to the previous one, but it returns true and false. The earlier one was returning yes and no, but this one is returning true and false. So it will also display the same box with OK and cancel, and the moment user will click on OK or cancel, related operation will be performed. Yes, over here you can simply type true or false over here, like this. Our next message box is ask, retry or cancel. In this application, user is trying to start the bike, but the bike is unable to start. So there is an option retry. The moment user will click on retry, the program will try to start the bike once again. And if it is failed, then user will see this message once again. It also returns true and false. So let me show you how you can create this one. So I just need to type ask, retry. Now the moment I will click on button, it will ask me retry or cancel. If I'll click on retry, the application will be closed because we have provided the same over here. This was just for the demonstration. Otherwise it should be the application should just run this function once again. Our next message box is message box dot ask yes or no. So this also returns the true or false value. If the user will click on the yes button, then it will return true, and if user will click on no, then it will return false. So let's go ahead and see how we can create this. We just need to change this thing, ask yes, no. So now it is asking, do you want to quit? If I will click on yes, then the window will be destroyed. If I will click on no, then nothing will happen. So this is one. If I will click on yes, destroyed. Our last message box is ask yes, no, cancel. So this prompt displays three buttons: yes, no, and cancel. If the user will click on yes, then the program will return true. For no, it will return false, and for cancel, it will return none. So let's go ahead and see this thing. Now you can see yes, no, cancel. If I click on no, then it is returning false over here. It is returning false on the terminal because we have printed that. And if I click on cancel, it is returning none. And if I will click on yes, it will return true, and the program will be closed. So this is how you can just perform these operations. You can use the values like true and false or yes and no. You can these values like true and false and yes and no. For further operations, you can perform any ladder operation. With this, we have completed the display widget. In the next section, we will talk about our entry widgets, where we will learn how to take user input.